Hi there. It is Thursday, and you have chosen to watch a video for today's instructions. So we have this worksheet in front of us, and we've kind of talked briefly about wattage, and we've looked at wattage, and we have been working with this for about the last week. And so what we can do is we can add three formulas that we talked about on Wednesday, and we can use those to fill this table out. Okay, so if I have two components, I can find the missing other two, or I can find the missing one component. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's start with the very first one up here in the green box on your worksheet. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve for voltage. So we don't know what voltage is. So if you remember from Ohm's law in Unit 1, how do you find voltage? All right. You should know this. This should be in your head. You should not forget this. But voltage is amperage times ohms, or I times R. Okay? So I go ahead and I get 300 for my voltage. Okay? So we'll check that one off. You can write that one in. Okay? The next one. Now I don't have my watts here. So do I have watts? So I have power. Power is voltage times amperage. Amperage squared times resistance. Voltage squared divided by resistance. So I have these three over here on the bottom right. So I can take 300 times 0.03, and I'm guessing that that is going to give me about 9 watts. Okay, so there we go. So there's the first one done. All right, the next one, 240 volts, 5.4 ohms, or 5,400 ohms, and 10.62 watts. Okay, so I jump down to here. I equals E divided by R, so 240 divided by 5,400 is 0.04 repeating. So just put that in there. Now let's double check that 10.62 is correct here for my watts. And so 240 times 0.044, and we get, okay, we get 10.6. Okay, very good. So there's two. The third one, this will be the last one because you can work through the rest of it, and I need to use the rest of my time on this video to tell you what you need to do with the rest of it. Okay, how do I find ohms? Okay, I'm going to take 120 divided by my amperage, because that's voltage divided by amperage, so 120 divided by 0.02, and it's 6,000. Okay, so there's that one. If you were doing this with a computer, you could set this up as a formula. So that divided by this one, 6,000. Our math is still correct. And our watts is also filled in on this one, so we're good with that. Okay, so now the rest of them. So rows 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You can use the numbers that are there on your worksheet. Okay, and in the bold down here, that's where we need to come in, and we're going to write in one of our components that you looked up on Friday. You used it for homework, and so we can put those in. So again, for my miter saw at home, it's 120 volts, 15 amps. Okay, that's what it uses. I know that 120 divided by 15 is my ohms, and I know that my wattage is 120 times 15, which is 1800, which is about the max you can get. It is the max you can get out of a 15 amp circuit. Okay, so the worksheet will look really similar to this. Finish it out, and the bottom two are going to be your items that you're going to put in. Okay, so again, you have this as a resource. You can rewind it, all of that good stuff. You're going to fill this in for practice and turn it in so that Mr. Cross can give you feedback on it.